He is so smart.
Goff. Past the sticks, deflected and incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown was the intended target, and there's C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the new addition from New Orleans, who was traded at the end of August, making the play.
That's just reading the route right there. You understand what's coming. You understand the underneath part. And look at two Philadelphia Eagles. Let's meet at the ball. You've got Epps. You've got C.J.
Down are the Eagles. Our crew has it right for you. 2 for 6, Detroit. Nice job by Hawkinson to lunge for that, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes rocketing in for the stop after a short gain. Goff steps up, incomplete.
8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus.
Another 4-man rush. Wentz to Samuel, shy of the sticks. C.J. Gardner-Johnson touches him down about 3 yards short. Washington will bring the punt unit on.
What an addition C.J. Gardner-Johnson has been for them, playing the safety position, but is so good and so versatile. Is a great blitzer, has got great timing. Goal.
Gibson turning around. Wentz trying to throw a block, moving backwards. And that's a loss back near the 15-yard line, and that will end the third.
Edge rusher has been a huge difference for him in his career.
Second down, 12. A high throw gathered in well short of the first down. That's more again. Ball comes out afterwards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson making the play for Philadelphia. Murray from the pocket down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted at the 35-yard line. He was trying to get it to Hollywood Brown, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson came away with the pick.
This is what you want to do. Your defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, you've been telling your defensive line all week, we have got to keep Kyler Murray inside of the pocket because of his size, much more difficult to see down the field. He knew he wanted to take a shot, but got a little impatient right there, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson coming over. This is just a simple underthrow, but you could see that defensive line really kept Kyle Murray bottled up on this.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson actually played the role of Kyler Murray on the scout team during the week when the Eagle defense practiced and prepared for the Cardinal offense. Takeaway, tied for most in the NFL coming into the week.
Drive 2 for Dallas will start from the 24-yard line. The extra lineman Farniak in the backfield tries to pave a path for Tony Pollard. Fake to Elliott from the 25, throw in the middle, in traffic, deflected, and intercepted. That's the one thing he hasn't done. Turn the ball over, and he does there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, acquired by trade from New Orleans after the James Bradbury deflection. Thinking of a second and 8, rush, downfield, CeeDee Lamb open, it's underthrown, and it's scooped and intercepted. C.J. Gardner-Johnson hurt his hand earlier in this half. He's okay. He's more than okay. He's got the big pick. Brandon Graham's pressure may have kept Rush from getting it all the way downfield where he wanted to, as he got rocked. C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes over. And looks pretty clean. INT.
Today, and they've missed on their last 8. And make that 9. Oh my goodness, Gardner-Johnson.
Gardner-Johnson's going to come flying in. Watch over here. He comes and gets set up. You don't know he's blitzing. Young quarterbacks, they come off the slot. You think he's guarding someone, and by the time you see him, it's too late. That's what we call a hot route, Jim. Well, I still really think he's just starting, right? But he shows flashes.
Oh, there's the pick. And it came off a deflection. And it's Gardner Johnson. That ball was deflected by Edwards. TJ Edwards, the man who caused it.
And that's the 4th interception by the offseason acquisition, Gardner Johnson. And this ball was just about to be a touchdown until the incredible play by TJ Edwards, as you called it.
TJ to CJ.
2nd and 20. Here he is again, and he's contacted immediately. What did we hear this morning? That before 3rd and 6. Pressure on Mills. Look out. Throws, and it's going to be picked at the 42-yard line. Gardner Johnson, his 5th interception of the season, and takes it into Texans territory. C.J. Gardner Johnson now leading the league in picks with 5.
Well, we just talked about Brandon Graham, and he brings pressure off the edge. He forces his quarterback, Mills, to step up. Mills takes a chance here. Just completely throws it up in the air, didn't get anything on it. And I'll tell you, man, C.J. Gardner Johnson coming over from New Orleans, used to be more up near the line of scrimmage as a nickel. What a job he's done sitting back, eyes on the quarterback, plays that perfectly, gets his hands underneath it, and comes up with a big interception to give Jalen Hurts.
Against this Eagles secondary, and then you combine that with the pass rush.
Here's Gibson on 2nd down. Up to the 29.
When we're down to this area of the field, and it's going to require touchdowns.
Heineke. End zone shot, McLaurin. Incomplete. Out of bounds as that ball ends up on his body as he was bracketed by Gardner Johnson. Heineke keeps and just in desperation gets rid of it with Thomas the target. And Heineke got hit and dropped by safety C.J. Gardner Johnson. 3rd and goal.
And they've taken more advantage of it this year.
3rd down and 3. This one deep shot. It's McLaurin, and it's an interception by C.J. Gardner Johnson. Number 6, leading the league.
We saw earlier in this game Heineke try to fit a ball down that sideline when you've got a safety playing halves coverage. You see C.J. Gardner Johnson, this is a 2-deep look. And you've got to do something to hold that safety if you're going to take that shot. And he hasn't either time, and this time it paid off for the Eagles.
What a pickup. 6 interceptions, all in his last 5 games. Eagles have it, down 2.
So back it up after the Ryman penalty. 2nd and 17. Ryan to throw it. High throw handled at the 20-yard line by Paris Campbell. Pick up 6 yards on the play. Gardner Johnson with the hit. Another story on Gardner Johnson, Charles.
Yeah.
He came out and said it. Being an Eagle, it's fun. I didn't have a lot of fun my 3 years in New Orleans. I felt like I was in a box. Now it's a 2nd and 13 after the penalty. Ryan, pump, throw, wide open. Once they realized he was, they backed off. Taylor cannot break away. It's a loss on the play. Philadelphia read it perfectly right out of the gate. -3. Gardner Johnson pressing for Philly.
Middle of the field is where they operate best.
2-minute drill. Matt Ryan said, I've always been comfortable in it. Deion Jackson working the outside. Gardner Johnson around the league and around the country. Webb, first completion.
There's one right there. We saw him in the huddle. He wears number 19, and Kenny Galladay, a high-priced free agent, who only has 4 catches for the year.
2nd and 7. Brentwell tried to spin out of it. It's a loss on the play. He's dropped at the 30-yard line by C.J. Gardner Johnson. How about him getting back in there?
Over the middle, Richie James again. Stopped immediately by C.J. Gardner Johnson. How did the Eagles pull off a trade for Johnson? How did the Saints let this guy go?
I have no idea. It's a relentless pursuit to the quarterback.
Oh, he's on him again. This time Jones gets rid of it to the rookie tight end Daniel Bellinger. Nice tackle there by C.J. Gardner Johnson. 5 sacks for Graham and the Eagles today. They sacked the Giants 7 times in that Week 14 matchup. On 3rd and 8. Almost picked. Gardner Johnson knocked it away from Richie James. Under 3 to go, and another 4th down here for the Giants.
Pre and post snap for defenses to find everybody.
Here's McCaffrey, and he goes nowhere. He's not going to get the first down, looks like. C.J. Gardner Johnson was there on the stop. 4-man rush. Johnson gets it to McCaffrey in space, and a really solid tackle that time by Gardner Johnson after just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, you mentioned it. That's a heck of a tackle on one of the premier open field.
Gonna run it here, Pacheco, hard cut. Oh, gets smashed at the 40. My goodness, C.J. Gardner Johnson with a big hit. And Pacheco is hurt after that collision.
Wow, take a look.
Goodness.
First down carry, cut, Jacobs spun down. C.J. Gardner Johnson went down low to chop him outside the 10. Fake the handoff, Love, rolls, dumps, Kraft looking to turn it upfield, lowers the shoulder, and he gets to the 5s. C.J. Gardner Johnson was the first one to make contact, and they're showcasing why from the second quarter on so far. Delayed handoff for Jacobs, dancing and gains 1.
That's what you see typically from Vic Fangio. Play action. That's Pitts, his first catch. Vaughn couldn't bring him down, but then swarming. Really uncontested. Algier again cuts back. Lowers his head to the 9. 1 yard short. Bijan Robinson gets popped, and he didn't get it. C.J. Gardner Johnson made the play. Philly takes over after the play by C.J. Gardner Johnson. The ball at the Atlanta 39. Robinson, a big night. C.J. Gardner Johnson, a big hit. Philly's ball, up 3.
A quiet start to this season. Carr given time, threads one for Shaheed, thrown behind him, he got his hands on it.
I think he might have picked it.
C.J. Gardner Johnson tried to take it away, and there's still no signal.
Joe, we got to take a look. So he catches it. First of all, it's ridiculous concentration.
On the field is an incomplete pass.
Let's see. Wow. There's no even safety here for Philadelphia. They got 11 guys in the box.
There's no quarterback for the Saints. They snap it directly to Kamara with Carr motioning out. They get a little too cute there.
I do. I mean, you take a look. There's not a safety in the back end. I mean, they are in essence, cover 0, 11 men on the line. I mean, look how many guys they here. 6 up the front, and then the remaining 5 off the ball. You're just running yourself into a brick wall. There's nobody to block the second-level defender.
It's an urgency to get people on the ground.
Mayfield, another quick throw to the outside is Otten, who is tackled inside the 5.
And you're putting in guys who haven't played all season. They are backing off.
Mayfield lets it rip deep down the field. Oh, he had a little seam to shepherd there. C.J. Gardner Johnson may have just got a little piece.
Wow.
Browns now in Eagles territory for the first time today as Watson fires, and it's broken up, nearly picked off. Second down and 7, fake to Foreman.
There it is.
Watson dumps it off, you called it, it's the Njoku. But a nice tackle.
Nice job.
Made by C.J. Gardner Johnson.
And you get a nice completion, and this is just a nice tackle. Great job, C.J. Gardner Johnson in the open field, because David Njoku could have gone for another 5, 10, 15 yards.
Empty backfield for the Browns. 3rd and goal from the 8. Watson underneath, incomplete. Bounced away from Njoku with Gardner Johnson defending.
To a point where they're comfortable with him starting today against Chicago. Deep shot. Chase couldn't haul it in.
Did Gardner Johnson get that?
Did he?
I believe he did.
Gardner Johnson with the pick. Tremendous play Rodgers is there. He just deflected it over to Gardner Johnson and stayed in bounds.
3rd down and 10. Lawrence looking, and it's almost intercepted.
It's 5-1. Here he goes. Out of the gun to start things. Got an open man, and boy, is Tolbert walloped after the catch by Gardner Johnson.
Here we go. Starting point.
2nd and 5. Down the middle he goes. Oh, and that was behind Tolbert. And nearly into the arms of C.J. Gardner Johnson. To Lamb. Lamb runs into Zach Martin and a couple of Eagles. And the Cowboys offense is coming off the field.
It's going to be outside leverage, and your job is to come over and help.
Zeke gets the call. Elliott, the ball pops out. As the ball is jarred loose. That was Bond. It was one of those who helped pop it out.
He gets a shoulder on it. Gardner Johnson and then Bond right there.
In at running back.
Short yardage. And
they go to him. Spins away. Plows ahead to about the 3.
You know Kansas City just doesn't lose.
1st and 10 after the scramble by Lance. And lofts it, and he's intercepted. 5th turnover committed by the Cowboys as Gardner Johnson is the one who comes away with the football.
Well, this ball floats a little bit, but the receiver never even looked. He's just like running a route as if he's running just in case.
Always got to put a button on it. And that's broken up and incomplete.
Boy, Gardner Johnson got a great jump on that. Almost came up with an interception.
3rd and 3. It's cut. Oh, he's hit hard by C.J. Gardner Johnson. It's a fumble. It's where the ball went out of bounds, and it's shy of the 1st down. So C.J. Gardner Johnson. Make sure they rule it a catch. It would be 4th and 1 if they go.
I'm just going to tell you one thing. C.J. Gardner Johnson is a bad man. He's a bad. We've seen him put some hits on people this year. They take your breath away.
12, it'll be a run. Williams spins away from one tackle for loss, but runs into a few others.
Changes very quickly. That's why you just keep your head down and go to work.
It's called hot takes and needing content. Here is Henry, gets shoved at about the 43-yard line. That was some hit by Gardner Johnson.
On a 3rd and long, Young, quick toss, and Xavier Legette had it near the sticks and got absolutely rocked by C.J. Gardner Johnson, the safety.
Well, they're just going to run double slants. He's looking at Thielen first. Thielen's covered up inside, and wham! I mean, Tony Roma's famous for ribs. Holy moly. C.J. Gardner Johnson. Are you more of a Chili's baby back ribs?
I was more of a rendezvous in Memphis of Canales' offense. Here comes the extra body. Blitz gets picked up. Young floats it for Thielen. Off-target throw. It is picked off. C.J. Gardner Johnson. Medical tent in the 1st half. Comes back in the 2nd quarter and gets the pick. And Bryce Young throws his first interception in 127 passes.
Did they choreograph that? That's nice.
5 for 11 on 3rd down. That's better than league average. Here's Hubbard stretching it. And Zach Bond flags him down. Number 4 in the NFL in tackle.
Run him to the sideline and then back to the run game.
Here is Hubbard. And he spins ahead for maybe a yard on the play.
1st and goal. They pitch it to Harris. Looking for some room. Just nothing there. Well played. Gardner Johnson came racing up from the safety spot to make the hit.
It's 1st down, and then you go into 2-minute mode where you try to go down and get points.
Over the middle, too tall, and it is C.J. Gardner Johnson hanging on for the pick.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. So you're feeling good. Kenny Pickett hasn't been able to do much on the offensive side of the ball since replacing Hurts, and we got a little bit of a scrum now on the far sideline after C.J. Gardner-Johnson has the pick, but you just can't do that. You don't want to give Philly the ball back before the half, knowing that they're going to get it coming out of the half. So he's got McCaffrey. This is where he wants to attack, which is the right read. He's wide open. And it just gets away from him and sails.
3rd and 3. Blitz coming. Picked up. Rush gets intercepted. Breaking in front of that is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And a house call. Pick 6 to open the day. 70 yards, no flags.
Well, there was so much talk about how the game changed against Washington last week when Jalen Hurts went down. But remember, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he was ejected for 2 personal fouls. And you see him here, he just falls off Jake Ferguson, and Cooper Rush just flat out doesn't see him.
3rd down today, above 50%. 4-man rush. Given time. Deep ball into coverage. It is picked off. 2nd of the game for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and room for a return. To the 35 he goes. 3rd first half turnover from the Cowboys. 2 of them from that man right there. 36 seconds, 2 timeouts. Eagles trying to add on a day where they try to clinch the division and the 2 seed.
Stafford adjusts to this one. Williams bouncing to the left. At the 4, pulled down there. Davis Allen in motion. Williams, he is brought down by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The safety's presence is always felt. Gets there, and a field goal attempt coming for the Rams.
Boy, what a play by C.J. Gardner-Johnson here. He's going to bounce across and then get in the gap. He's going to go from here to here and then shoot the gap down here to make this play. C.J. Gardner-Johnson walked up to me in practice, and he said, "I'm glad you're here. Every time you're here, I ball." I'm like, all right, then.
Empty backfield, Stafford, 3rd and 8. Time, the throw is caught. Slide will not be able to get Colby Parkinson a 1st down. Be 3 shy of it. It's 3 and out for the Rams. He lost it there, but didn't lose possession. Now throwing over the top. Higbee's got it. A lot of green shirts. Only 2 yards. Eagles all over that one with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. 3rd down coming up.
They need their best performance of the season today.
Has some time. Zips it near side, and that ball is caught. Short gain as Bates gets smoked by Gardner-Johnson that time. And up comes 3rd down. 3rd and 9. 4-man rush. Mahomes. Pressure. Steps away. Running around. Way back there. Throws as he gets hit. It's up there, and it is nearly intercepted, and it's incomplete.
Brings you a long way.
There's Mahomes on 2nd. Zips over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Travis Kelce that time. And it's a 3rd and long coming up. 3rd and 17. Mahomes. No one's open. Sweat chasing him again. Mahomes is still on his feet. Look at this run by Mahomes. He's going to come up well short. That was a great effort. But again, pressure from this pass rush. And a 4th and long. Here comes the punt team.
Great tenets of this organization in place.
3rd down, movement there. Eagles may have jumped. Mahomes gets hit, lets it fly, going deep into traffic. It's intercepted. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has it. And another Eagles turnover if it stands. Remember, there was a penalty. Johnson's still going, by the way. Johnson's going to go all the way if it somehow holds up. He's going to jog down there, and now we'll wait and see.